Hey guys, it's Carolee. I just want to share an extra little mini episode with you every single week because I want you to know that it's possible to do this thing called living your best life and doing the thing that lights you up while being a busy mom. And I want to give you a little bit of a background, behind the scenes look at what's going on in my actual life and how I am doing this, how I'm doing the things that light me up and being a mom at the same time. So I'm going to tell you about what's going on in my life and the lessons that I'm learning. Take a listen. Today I heard Cathy Heller tell Rachel Platten's story. And I'm sure that you know who Rachel Platten is. She's a very famous singer and she has one of the most famous songs ever, Fight Song. And if you don't know it, it's like a small boat on the ocean, sending big waves in motion. That's the song, right? One of the most popular songs of all time. And the story goes that she had written this incredible song, the song that has changed millions of lives and inspired so many people. She'd written this song and she was trying to get somebody to give her a record deal and publish this song, and nobody would do it. She was getting no after no after no. As she was, showing them this song, nobody could see it. Nobody saw the potential in this song except for her, which is, we look at it today and we're like, that's crazy. And she was a starving artist. She had a roach-infested apartment, and even her own family was going, you've got to find something else to do, Rachel. You've got to give this dream up. You're not having any success. And so she, got on her knees and was, praying and probably yelling at God and having one of those moments, which I feel like so many of us have had those moments. I've had that moment so many times. And she was like, no, I'm not giving this up. This is what I'm here for. I'm supposed to be doing this. And so she went to I can't remember what the hospital is called. She went to a hospital, a cancer institute, and went room to room and sang that song to the children who had cancer and the people who had cancer and inspired them. And somebody heard it whose brother was a DJ, and it ended up on the radio, and she got a record deal, and that was that. Her life was forever changed. Because she had that moment where she could have given up. She put all her effort in. She gave it her best shot for years and years and years. She fought for her dream. She starved for her dream. She suffered for her dream. And it just was like everything was telling her, no. This is clearly not meant for you. You should give this up. And she had the vision to say, no, this is what I'm here for. This is what I'm supposed to do. And the amazing thing about that story is she's far from the only person who has that story. She's one of many, 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 many successful people who shares that same story. And one of the reasons that I love Cathy Heller is because she tells that same storyline over and over and over again with a lot of different singers, with a lot of different entrepreneurs, with all sorts of successful people who were at rock bottom and decided not to cave and decided to keep going. And I feel like my story also fits into that same storyline where all I wanted was to sing my whole life. I was like, I'm here to sing. I'm here to use my voice. I don't know how that's gonna look, but that's what I'm here for. And I thought for the longest time that opera was the only way it could look. because I was overweight. And I had an experience in high school where I released a music video and I got a whole lot of trolls who told me some really terrible things about how I looked. And I thought that it meant that the only stage that I could ever be successful on was an opera stage. You know, the fat lady singing line. So I thought that was the only stage anyone would ever accept me on, was if I were to sing opera. So I stopped writing music. And I hid behind my big voice. And then I didn't get into the opera program, and I went and had a family. And then 10 years later, I was still stuck on this dream of opera's the only way for me to get out there. Opera's the only way for me to use my talents. And so I auditioned for the School of Music again, and I didn't get in again. And I had one of these moments like Rachel Platten had, where it was like, I feel like the whole world is telling me no. Your voice isn't wanted here. No, no, no. Give up on your dream. Just go be a mom. Spend your life cleaning the floors. Spend your life doing dishes. No one needs your talents. Give up on using them. That's what you should be doing. And yet, no matter what I did, I had this fire in my soul that just burned to sing. And I had spent a decade trying to put it out, and I couldn't put it out. And even getting rejected from the School of Music didn't put that flame out. And so when I had that moment of everything seems to be telling me to stop and give up, I couldn't. Because I knew without a doubt that I was meant to use my voice. That I wasn't just given this desire and this gift for no reason. God didn't put this inside of me to go bury it and never use it. This was here for a reason. And so I decided to keep going, and it meant messy action, but I pivoted what I thought that music dream had to look like, and I decided to take a songwriting class. And I had some really pivotal realizations like, oh, I was only studying opera because I lacked the confidence to write my own music. I didn't think I could be good enough on any other stage. Oh, I actually would hate being told what to do in every single aspect of theater, because what my dream was to be the leading lady on the stage, right? The diva, the star. That was my dream, right? And then I realized as I studied costume design and makeup design in college that I actually would hate that, because as the leading lady in any show, whether it's opera or theater or whatever, every single aspect of that is controlled by somebody else. Your makeup's designed by somebody else. Your costume's designed by somebody else. The director tells you where to walk. Even the music director is telling you how to sing and what to do. Every single thing that you do on that stage you get told what to do by somebody else. And I was like, wait a minute. Even every word you say, it's pre-scripted. It's like, I would hate that so much. I have a voice. I have a brain. I have my own ideas. I have talents and skills, and I want to use them in my own unique way. I want to inspire people because of my ideas. I don't want to be a pawn on somebody else's stage. And the more that I stepped into writing my own music, I realized that was where I actually belonged all along. And it was incredible to realize that. And then I started to realize that, if I got that thing I had dreamed of for years and years, my kids, what about my kids? I would have been gone at rehearsals night after night and on, doing performances night after night. I didn't want that life for my kids. I wanted to be home with my kids. And then I learned about podcasting, and it changed my life, and it made it possible for me to be mom as much as I wanted to be, and in the greatest capacity, but also be my whole self and use my voice and use my musical skills. And it's been totally incredible. And I'm certainly haven't reached all the goals that I want to reach. I don't think I've reached Rachel Platten level. That's for sure. And I certainly aspire to get a little bit closer to, the Rachel Platten level and some of these other people. But my point in telling you this story of Rachel Platten and my story is that it's really about having that vision for your life and not giving up. It's so important to know without a doubt that you have so much value and that you are here to give that value to the world, and to not give up on sharing that value, because you are made for more. You were made for more than those things that do not light you up. So own it. Own that beauty that you innately have. Those things that you are called to do in your soul, do those things.